Welcome to Sunshine Cathedral's Queer God Squad. It's Monday, March 4th, 2024. I am Reverend Dr. Darrell Watkins, the senior minister here at Sunshine Cathedral. Faith and religion can be complicated for the LGBTQ+ community. Surveys show that evangelical faith is the justification for the greatest attacks on the LGBTQ+ community.
I'm Reverend Dr. Robert Griffin, the executive minister here at the Sunshine Cathedral. The Queer God Squad is going to explore our religious community. Let's explore the big news of the day and what it means to you.
I am Reverend Kevin Tisdall, the Minister of Education at Sunshine Cathedral. This is live, and then we are available on demand. We are available on all smart televisions and your favorite social media.
At Sunshine Cathedral, we are here to tell you that you are God's miracle, not God's mistake. This is the Sunshine Cathedral perspective. Advocates want Catholic officials to apologize for calling Cecilia Gentili's funeral a scandal. Cecilia Gentili, a prominent activist and advocate for trans and sex worker rights, was honored with a historic funeral at St. Patrick's Cathedral in Manhattan. Considered the first trans person to receive such a funeral at the cathedral, the event was organized by those who admired Gentili's impactful work. However, the Roman Catholic Archdiocese of New York condemned the ceremony, suggesting that the cathedral was misled into hosting it, sparking demands for an apology from organizers. Activist Ceyenne Doroshow, who arranged the funeral, explained that he selected St. Patrick's due to Gentili's lifelong challenges with the church's treatment of marginalized communities. Doroshow defended not disclosing Gentili's trans identity to the church, questioning, when a cisgender person's family arranges a funeral, do they have to disclose the deceased person's identity? Gentili's legacy includes significant contributions to improving conditions for trans individuals and sex workers in New York City. Her activism led to the repeal of discriminatory laws and the establishment of vital healthcare services. At the funeral, she was celebrated for her advocacy and compassion. She was revered as the mother of all whores in recognition of her advocacy efforts. Funeral coordinator Katia Perea mentioned that no one made any disrespectful remarks about the church or God or Jesus during the service. In response to the Archdiocese's criticism, Gentili's family denounced the church's double standards. This month, we'll celebrate the Trans Day of Visibility, but not at St. Patrick's Cathedral or the Roman Catholic Archdiocese of New York. Well, I love her. I loved her. She was amazing. I'd never heard her called the mother of all whores, but I think she would have liked that. I think she would have liked that. And I love that they're just, this is the way it ought to be. They didn't march in front. They didn't do a demonstration inside, though we have done at St. Patrick's. You know, back in the day, we had to, had to do what we had to do. But this was just, she's a woman. A woman died. A woman who was raised Catholic died, wanted a funeral in the Catholic Church. It wasn't until later that they found out, and then they got all twisted up because of their prejudices or assumptions or blah, blah, blah. But this woman just needed a funeral. And we don't really charge for funerals at Sunshine Cathedral, but that is rare. I doubt if this funeral happened at St. Patrick's for free. So it's not until after the check clears that they're like, oh, wait, this woman was identified as a boy when she was born. Well, guess what? It happens. But so I love that they just lived their truth, just claimed their agency, and then let other people fall all over themselves when they worked it out. I think that was brave. I think that was bold, and I think that was the way it is. Just living her life and her family, celebrating it, and her friends, and celebrating her accomplishments without any shame. Sex workers, their lives are in danger. And there are people who are trying to keep them safer, keep them off drugs, keep them using safe sex practices, having some way of filing charges if they've been harassed or hurt, or that there are people who are actually caring for sex workers. I think that's amazing. And so, yeah, she was the mother or the protectress or the friend of sex workers. I just think she was an amazing person. I think she died too young. I'm glad she gave the middle finger to homophobic and transphobic religion on her way out the door. And if anybody needs to apologize, it might be the Archdiocese.
Amen.
Well, once again, here's the church bucking up something when it should be about relationship building and community enhancing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, St. Patrick has been a symbol for many things over the years. And so I think this has been a moment to shine and say, look, we're working on our coming around to being a part of our community even more. And we want to celebrate and honor this person's life. And even in death, they want to be stank about it.
Mm.
You know, come on, get it together, folks.
Yeah.
I did a funeral at Sunshine Cathedral for a family that approached me and said that they needed a church to have service. So we did the funeral. It was well received by the family. And as we're riding to the cemetery, the funeral director explained to me why the family didn't have the funeral at their regular church. The person who had passed away under suspect conditions, and their church decided that it would put a stink on the church for them to have the funeral there. And our church, the family has never been to a service at Sunshine Cathedral, but when someone in the family dies, they come to us. Mm-hmm. They come to me and say, would you please be the officiant at this person's funeral? So churches need to get it together.
Yeah.
A funeral is a celebration of someone's life. Whatever that person's life was, their family, friends, and those who knew them should be able to go into any church anywhere in the world and celebrate that life.
Yeah.
That the Archdiocese of New York woke up 2 days after the check cleared is annoying to me beyond belief. There is no way that they did not know that this woman was an activist for her community and the sex worker community. So it's not like they didn't know. It's like they decided to say, well, how bad can it be? And then when they got backlash from other Catholics, probably the Catholic League, if I'm going to guess, then all of a sudden it became a problem. Yeah. But a celebration of life is a celebration of that person and what they did, period.
Yeah. And this whole idea that we're like this country club, this yacht club, for the elite and the pure and the respectable. Although, have you ever met aristocrats? And I mean, if you're the Swans, Truman Capote, get into those people's lives. It ain't a purity code they're living by. No. But they even present ourselves that way. Have you read the Bible? Have you read this? Have you read these stories written by slaves and exiles and refugees and this woman who has to become a hooker to seduce her father-in-law to have a child that the customs you said she was entitled to? Have you read it? Have you read about this homeless, unwed mother refugee whose son only grows up to be executed by the state, a criminal who's executed by the state? That's our guy. P.S. That's our guy. That's the main guy. That's the guy any of it's all about. But we you did self-harm, or you were a sex worker, or you were gay, or you were trans, or you weren't part of our religion, or. It is embarrassing. It is embarrassing. The crucified peasant, and to use a word that is completely unacceptable anymore. It's completely archaic and meaningless because it's cruel to children. But this bastard, this bastard son of a homeless, this peasant criminal executed, that's our dude.
Yeah. And
he hung out with sinners and prostitutes and touched untouchables and his beloved disciple was wallowing all over him, put his head on his chest at the Last Supper, and these gritty, amazing people from all walks of life, usually from the underside of things. That's our Bible, that's our history, that's our Jesus, and we betray that with every time we are cruel or unkind or exclusionary towards people who just aren't white bread enough. And I'm tired of it. I'm just seriously tired. And then we could just, well, you're not, how can you even call yourself Christian, all you gay people and your polyamorous relationships and you don't condemn porn and here you're celebrating this woman who was called the mother of all whores. Damn straight. That's who we are. Don't get it twisted. Just so you know, there's a clear distinction. You can have this, you can have this. I'm glad you know who we are.
Amen.
Well, that's today with the Queer God Squad. We want to thank you for joining us. We are here daily at 3 p.m. to have some fun and to discuss what our LGBTQ plus community is talking about.
Sunshine Cathedral is the world's largest progressive queer church. Progressive, queer, and God are words that naturally should go together, and we are all in this together. Remember that.
You are God's miracle, not God's mistake. Until the next time, we are the Queer God Squad. Goodbye.